Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. You're tuned in to the Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
Peace and blessings, family. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sajdah, Wendy Muhammad, and y'all know that I have been on a mission to introduce to you these wonderful emerging new market leaders and industry disruptors from the Mo Today Black Muslim Business Directory. And so I'm working on new platforms and other ways to get the word out there about you. So we picked 19 shows to test out on our new Roku network called Mo Today. So if you have Roku TV, and if you bought a TV in the last 2 years, they're all equipped with Roku at this point. Go out there and add the Mind of an Entrepreneur show to your channel list. The icon's gonna be Mo Today, and you should see it right here in the corner. And get access to the channel, and you will start to see some of our wonderful shows that are listed up here on our new Roku channel. This is just a little tester. Let's see if y'all like it. Let me know in the chat what you think, and go out there and add the channel to your Roku lineup. Let me show you what it looks like to your Roku lineup. Let's see, it'll look like that. There it is. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to the Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talks. We are fireside today, so grab your favorite beverage. I'm still on this decaf butter pecan from K's Coffee. So grab your favorite beverage and sit back. We're going to talk about vibrations today. So I'll give y'all another minute or so to grab your stuff and come right on back. And let's get into this law of vibration.
To share with you some of the magnificent and triumphant teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When we say magnificent and triumphant teachings, these two words, magnificent and triumphant, are adjectives that describe the teaching of Elijah Muhammad. That which is magnificent is that which is supremely great. That which is triumphant is that which is powerful enough to overcome obstacles. Think of it, black man and woman. There is a teaching in America for you that is supremely great, meaning that it is a teaching above all other teachings that has ever entered the ears of a black man and woman.
This is Sister Sajdah Muhammad. We are proud to announce that the Sajdah House commemorative Elijah coins are finally here. As we renovate and restore the former home of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, we have recycled the old copper gutters and downspouts and created a 1 ounce 39 millimeter coin made of 100% pure copper. Each coin is professionally graded and has its own barcode and registration number. This priceless heirloom, made from recycled copper from the messenger's home, is now available at sajdahhouse.com. Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. You're tuned in to the Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business. Welcome back. You're tuned in to the Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business. And we are fireside this morning in this very, very cold and blistery Chicago weather. It was cold. It didn't end up being as much snow as what they thought it was going to be, but it is definitely a bone chiller, right? So I wanted to have a conversation today and just talk about vibration. And I put some notes here in the chat for those of you who are on the chat and can see you. Welcome to everybody on Twitter who's also looking at us live. And so there's some notes here for you to follow along and check out as we watch a video that I'm going to show you about the law of vibration. Many of you are always hearing me talk about, vibration. And it's something that I got hooked onto at a really early age, maybe about 10 or 11 years old. I used to watch this Hatha yoga program on television. It came on every night at 10 o'clock. And I was into dancing, so I thought that the yoga was dance. And so I would just do the yoga, but I just always noticed a change in the energy around me. And it started to raise my awareness to energy. So as I went to different places, I could sense a change in the vibration, a change in the energy. And so that just made me aware of it. And then I just got into the study of it really a long time ago. I started meditating in college, and I meditate and pray. And so even more recently, I've had to learn how to reverse my vibration, because here's something I'll give you an example of. You know how actors and actresses go into character when they're acting out a part, and they start to feel like there's no difference between them, or they lose themselves in the part or in the character. And then oftentimes what you'll see is actors and actresses who go off to their resort or an island somewhere just to kind of regroup and get themselves together, right? Well, the same thing can be true for us as entrepreneurs. I spent 13 years entrenched in the healthcare industry. And if you know anything about that industry, it can be very stressful and very taxing, because you're around life or death all the time. And you're around, if you take it seriously, you understand that every decision you make can impact somebody's life. So there's a heightened level of stress. And I think, excuse me, for myself, I was always in the building phase as well. So I was in the operations phase, and then in the building phase, and then also assisting on the clinical side. And what I didn't know is that my body, my mind, my life had begun to transform. I started noticing changes in my body and in myself, that even though I was working out like a professional athlete, things weren't changing. And so I started paying attention to that kind of thing. And it really wasn't until the last, I would say, year and a half now, that I've been back in Chicago, that I moved, and I'm not entrenched in it on a day-to-day basis. I'm more on the advisory side of it, that I even learned I even had to teach myself how to sleep again. This probably sounds really crazy. I had to use my mind and my mental strategies to reverse the mental strategies that I had created to make me successful in that field. And so I had to learn how to sleep again. I had to learn how to relax again. I had to learn how to love myself again, because it is one of those industries, and I was in a situation where the focus was always on somebody else. And I started noticing, it's taken about a year. I started noticing a change in my appearance. I started noticing a change in my body structure, excess weight coming off, and feeling better, manifesting on another level, because I had been calibrated to manifest on the level that was conducive to that environment. And in the video that I'm going to show you, it's about a 5 or 6 minute video. Maybe it's 7 minutes. I'm sorry. I really want you to sit back and take notes. I put some of the notes in the chat, but because I understood that I had to vibrate with what it is that I wanted to create and manifest, then once I created it and manifested it, I had to find a way to recalibrate myself and create a new equilibrium, or go back to a certain equilibrium. And you'll see I put these definitions in the chat here. So let me read them. So vibration is what? An oscillation of the parts of a fluid or an elastic solid whose equilibrium has been disturbed, or of an electromagnetic wave. And the video is going to explain that to you. What is oscillation? Oscillation is just a movement back and forth at a regular speed. And then equilibrium is a state in which opposing forces or influence are balanced. So I had to relearn and recalibrate myself and create a better equilibrium, because I'm not in that creative state anymore, right? And so Allah blessed me to be able to, just like an actor or an actress, to come back to myself. And so this is something that I want us to think about, because sometimes we get so stubborn. Some of us are so stubborn that we get stuck on a way of being and a way of doing things. And we're like, look, this is how I am. This is what I do. Don't nobody tell me what to do, how I'm going to be. I'm going to get up and do the same thing every day over and over and over again. And we find we lock into that, and we find a certain safety net with that type of behavior. But what you will find is that if you want to manifest on a different level than what you're on now, you have to lose your balance. So you can be standing in place. And if standing is your equilibrium, in order to take a step forward, you got to go off balance a little bit. In order to run, you got to get off balance a little bit. So you got to be okay with that, and you can't be afraid with that. Don't be so stubborn to stay stuck in your pocket. And this is how you know. If you say, I'm wanting this, but I'm here, I want this, but I'm here. How do I get here? Well, you got to think about what new things do I need to think about? What new activities do I need in my life? What can I do in my life to create a different oscillation, a different wobble, as it says in our study guides? What can I do? And when I say our study guides, I'm sorry, everybody's not familiar with that. We have a series of study guides in the Nation of Islam called Self-Improvement, the Basis of Human of Community Development. That's what I'm referring to. So anyway, I'm going to take you to this video. I want you to get your coffee, get your tea, and sit back. But what I want you to start thinking about is, how do you vibrate with what you want? We've been covering manifestation. We talked on Wednesday about the 4 windows of manifestation. We've been getting all these tools. Now it's time to get out of our stubborn pocket and actually really do it. Why are we stuck? Why are we just kind of on a hamster wheel? It's because we're stubborn and we're stuck in this pattern of thought, and we feel comfortable locking in. But thank you, Brother Lamont, the struggle for balance, study guide number 4. When we get out of that stuckness, then we will find that things will change for us. So sometimes you have to get around people and see how they flow. I'm so into vibration and frequency that even music, I'm even sensitive to music. I love music, but certain music I listen to depending on what I want my vibration. So I analyze myself and say, where am I? And so I'm not necessarily looking for comfort. I'm looking for something that's going to take me in the vibrational space where I want to be at the time. So whether it's music, whether it's something I read, whether it's something I listen to, whether it's something I watch, I'm mindful of that. But I'm very careful not to get stuck in a pattern, because I've done that before, that prevents me from moving to that next level. So let me say what y'all saying and see what y'all saying in the chat, and then we're gonna watch this video. Okay, I see. Let me see who I see up in here. I see Sister Alicia X, a woman's strength. She said, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. I see Brother Lamont. Wa alaikum salam. I see Sister Sharis. Wa alaikum salam. I see Brother Carlos Jennings. Love from Detroit. Big up Detroit. I see Sister Sherry. Wa alaikum salam. And yes, happy Savior's Day. I see, hey, Mom. She says, stay warm to everyone. Yes. I see Sister Aletha. She says, peace and blessings to you, sis. So, okay, I see, there's y'all coming in here, huh? I see Auntie, happy Saturday morning, dear Sister Sajdah. You talking to me this morning? Yes, ma'am. I'm talking to myself, girl. All right, Ross Nora, Salam Alaikum Express. Well, okay, I see you all. All right, so, I see Brother Kevin in there. All right, he gave us a thumbs up. So the key thing is thinking about how you want to vibrate. Here's another layman's example, or layperson's example. Let's say you're in a relationship, right? And y'all get into it, and there was some nasty things said, but the other person apologized. Then you have to change your vibration in order to show that you accepted the apology. I don't care if you got to say, hey, let's go get something to eat. Hey, let's go for a ride. Let's go get a cup of coffee. Let's get some ice cream. But you can't stay in that same mad or angry vibrational state if the stuff's over with. You got to get over it. You got to move past it and keep going. Wa alaikum salam, Sister Felicia. I see you. Okay, so you got to change, right? That's like if you make up with somebody, you got to change your vibrational state. So you can't stay in the same angry, stuck state if you call yourself having made up with that person. Same thing happens with what we want to manifest. Changing who we are, changing our vibrational state to match who and what we want and who and what we are. I didn't say that right. Changing our vibrational state to match what we want. Let me say it that way. All right, so let me get this video and we're gonna come back and talk about it. I want y'all to stay active in the chat. He's got some things he's gonna tell us to type in the chat. I want you typing it into the chat, because it then will go into your subconscious, or you can write it in a notebook. But I want you to think on this level. You all hear the minister say that he brings his environment with him. How do you do that? How does somebody just light up the room? I was watching a special the other day about Whitney Houston, and they said she would walk in the room and just light up the room with her laughter and her energy. And we know when she sang, she filled the room with her energy. This is what I'm talking about, us changing. Some people are just big persons. My brother is on here, and he's the kind of person, when he comes into a room, he just makes everything happy and fun. And so that's his vibration. That's how he changes. And that's how he attracts so much good stuff to himself, because he changes the environment that he walks into because of his person and who he is. That starts with your thoughts. So I'm saying to you all, I'm speaking out of my journey in transitioning from the healthcare space, where I was involved in life and death situations. I was making decisions that involved people's lives. And so I realized that over the course of time that I had lost the skill of actually even sleeping. I mean, I would lay down and close my eyes, but I wasn't really sleeping. And so now that I'm not in that environment, and I've transitioned and I'm working in that environment, but on a whole nother level, my whole central nervous system now has reached an equilibrium, and I'm starting to see the effects in my face, in my skin, in my body, all over. I'm starting to see the effects of that new calibration. All right, let me stop talking. Here we go. Let me grab this.
Today talk about the law of attraction without even understanding the law of vibration. That's why in this video I wanted to give you an explanation, a very simple explanation, and how it's not so woo-woo and out there, so that everybody can understand. And when you understand this principle, actually it will help you to actually manifest what you want faster. But before we get into it, show reel. Hit it. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the law of vibration. And I don't think this is talked about enough, but this is actually the core of what law of attraction actually is. So let's start from this. And it'd be nice if you guys have a notepad to actually write this down, because then your not just your conscious mind will log it in, then your subconscious mind will log it in, and you can subconsciously manifest using these principles. Okay. If not, type in the comment section below your learnings. That will help reaffirm also. Okay. So the first thing is what I want you to write down is energy is everything, and everything is energy. Okay. A deep inhale, slow exhale. Now this is just very, very simple science. Energy is everything, everything is energy. What does that mean? It means that everything you see around you is energy, right? Everything that is in existence is energy. You are energy, light is energy, right? Even a solid form is energy. Everything is energy. So energy, everything is made of particles in that sense, right? This is all science. Now, then is to understand, in science, what do we learn about energy? Energy travels in waves. So again, I'd like you to write that down. Energy travels in waves, meaning there's an up-down sequence. And waves are also called vibrations, because it's jumping up and down. There's the vibration. So actually, even when you see something and it looks like it's not moving, within it, there's particles, they're moving. So vibrations are actually happening to keep that thing in place. right? It's just maybe on a smaller scale. So you can't see the vibration, that's all. So when we understand that energy is everything, everything is energy, that means everything is. Then we understand everything is vibration. Even the thing that you can't see is moving. Thought is what? Thought is also vibration. Right? Idea is what? Idea is also vibration. So everything is vibration. Now write in the notes, everything is vibration. Then when we understand that, if everything is vibration, now science also tells us that vibrations, whether it's positive or negative, attract positive or negative. Vibrations have the ability to attract and detract. So actually, when we talk about the law of vibration, it's actually the core of the law of attraction. Because when people say the law of attraction isn't working for them, that is a false statement by itself. It's not, it can't be true because it's the law of attraction. It's just so similar that actually in the weekend when we were in London and we were at Superpower Live at the event, there was one gentleman who asked, how can you prove that law of attraction is working? Right? Actually, because everything is a vibration, everything is energy, and energy connects to energy. So actually I said, I smile, and then he awkwardly smiles. And then I said, that's law of attraction. So when we come to understand the law of vibration, what is the key to getting what we want? And the key is to be of the vibration that we want to attract. That's why there's so many sayings saying, change yourself, right? Change your reality, change your mindset, change your reality, change your words, change your reality, change your network, change your reality. Actually, it's all talking about saying, change your vibration. Then when you become what you attract, then the things will come your way. So just to give a couple of examples, just to finish off. If you are wanting to attract love, and you are like, why is it not coming my way yet? What is your vibration? What is your vibration? Is it in abundance of love? Or is it in scarcity? And if it's in scarcity and in lack of love, then you won't be attracting love in your life at that time. If you are saying, I want to attract more money, why is money not coming my way? Law of attraction doesn't work. What is your vibration? Right. And by the way, you hearing this might be like, this is simple. I knew this already. But my question is, are you practicing it? And not on a conscious level. I'm saying, are you practicing it on a subconscious level? Do doubts and fears still come up? Do you see your own shit sometimes just come out like that? And if you do, how do you deal with it? So for that, on the subconscious level, your subconscious vibrational frequency then needs reprogramming.
All right. I just hope that you all got some of that. I'm sorry, the video started buffering, so I just cut it off so y'all didn't have to deal with that. But I think you get the gist of it, right? Because oftentimes I see this as part of the spook God thing that we oftentimes believe in. We want something, but we don't want to go and get it. And we don't even want to fix our minds in the right way so we can go get it. We just want to keep doing what we're doing, how we do it, when we do it, and expect something different to happen. And what is that? That's insanity. So many times we're so stubborn. We're like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to keep doing this every day, no matter what. I'm doing this exactly the same way every single day. And I'm going to think the same way. I'm going to eat the same stuff. I'm going to do the same stuff, but I'm going to want something different. It's like losing weight or getting healthy, right? You can't keep saying, okay, I smoke. We used to have people come into practice all the time. We would say, well, how long have you been smoking? So I've been smoking like maybe a pack a day for the last 35 years. Say, okay, well, I don't know if you realize, but that smoking has dumped all these chemicals into your arteries. And so now they're blocked. That's why your legs are hurting. That's why you kind of got a little vascular dementia. You can't remember stuff because you've blocked out all your vessels. And they say, yeah, but that was 10 years ago. Yeah, but you did it for 35 years. Or some people come in and say, that ain't got nothing to do with it because I'm going to keep smoking. Well, you're going to keep getting the same results. And I think a lot of us get it on that level, but it's difficult for us to get it on the day-to-day business and achievement level. So what are you doing every single day? How can you break up the pattern of your day? How do you break up that pattern? Do you sit there at your desk all day, you just grinding, making phone calls, doing everything you got to do, taking calls, teaching classes, whatever you're doing? How many times throughout the day do you just take a break and step back, take a walk around the block, maybe change your environment, go do some exercise, stop and stretch? How do you disrupt the energy so that you can have a little relief and vibrate at another level? How do you do that? Why do we get so stubborn and so stuck and say, I don't care, this is what I'm going to do, it doesn't matter? That's believing in a spook God. That's not understanding the science and the laws of the universe so that you can get and have what you want. It's really simple. And the reason, you know why it sounds so simple, is because it's natural. Some people say, I know that. I knew that already. That's what he was saying at the end of it. But a lot of times we're not doing it. We don't do it. We don't say, you know what? I want to make more money. Let me do this or that. Let me change. Let me change up what I'm doing. Let me change my environment. Let me figure out a different way to be, to conduct myself or to think. Type in the understands, and if you have any questions or anything about it that you want to discuss here on the Coffee Talk, this is all designed to just raise our awareness so that we understand that you have to inject some imbalance in order to create momentum. It's just part of it. You have to disrupt the equilibrium in order to move. We gave the example of walking. If you want to walk and take a step, you're going to have to disrupt. I'm sitting here on the floor in front of my fireplace. When we're done, I have to get up. So I got to disrupt this equilibrium, this balance that I got going here on the floor in order to move, in order to get up. You have to make a change. You have to make an adjustment. And I would encourage you, if you don't have people in your life that vibrate at a higher level or try their best to stay vibrating at a higher level, then you either need to be tuning into this kind of stuff on a regular basis. I still say tune in on a regular basis, or you need to get somebody that you can connect with that is vibrating differently from you. It's such a blessing if you have family and friends that are vibrating at another level. That way you got people you can have a relief from. You can say, if I know during the day that I want to laugh, I already know I just got to call my brother because he's going to give me something to laugh about. He's going to do something funny. He's going to say something funny. We're going to either reminisce about something funny, but it's going to break up my routine. And then I'll go back to doing what I have to do after I had that little break in the routine. There's certain people you may want to call and you just say, I just want to talk spiritual. I want to talk about Jesus. I want to talk about Allah. I want to talk about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I want to talk about Master Fard Muhammad. I want to talk about T.D. Jakes. Whatever. You should have those people in your life that you can connect into. I have a good friend in California, and she loves to talk about Jesus. And so sometimes I just call her. She texted me this morning talking about Jesus. So sometimes I just call her because I want to talk about Jesus. And we have a good time talking about Jesus. Sister Aletha and I have known each other for years. And we laughed so hard that I remember when her father, Frank, may he rest in peace, was alive. At one point, he just walked past her room and was like, "What are y'all laughing at?" And we were laughing so hard that he just sat down and laughed with us. That's just changing up that energy, doing something different. Very, 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 very critical to our spiritual development, learning how to manage. Some things that people complain about a lot of times with us as Muslims is that we're too serious, especially Muslim men. Sometimes they're too, it's too strict and too stuck and too. But the minister's not like that. The minister's funny. He could, he's clearly, he could clearly be a comedian. He could be all kind of things, anything he ever really wanted to do. He's all of that, but he's hilarious. So you don't see him, he brings his environment with him. And if you ever watch him in different environments, you see he's responding and feeling and absorbing and changing the environment. It starts with our thoughts. See, we don't walk into an environment and just absorb what they own. Sometimes you may walk into an environment and it's just too strong and you say, well, I got to leave because I can't maintain my little personal environment in here. But this is all designed to raise our vibration. Yes, Auntie, humor is such a blessing. Humor is the relief, right? It gives that, I always talk about that central nervous system. It gives the central nervous system a relief. I grew up around laughter. Everybody in our family is funny. I'm pretty funny myself, if you know me. Everybody's funny. And there's Aletha, she laughing. Everybody in our family is funny. I tell you how funny it is. My nephew had a child and he laughs. He started laughing really hard. His laughter is just like his dad's laugh and his dad's laugh and our dad's laugh. He laughed before he even talked and he would crack up. And you could look at him and he just cracks up. And he's a little cat. So it just goes to show you that you can control a vibration. I remember, my mom probably don't even remember this. Me and my brother was so silly that one day she told us, she said, y'all gonna have to stop being so silly. But we looking at her like, well, you silly, you funny. But it's important to learn how to control and manage your vibration, your energy states. You hear Tony Robbins talk about energy state. It's all part of the same thing. Something we learn in emotional intelligence is how to control your state like that. How do you control your state? If you're about to go into doing something, how do you put yourself in that state of mind like an athlete to where you can go out there and win? Just like I did in the healthcare field, it's just that I stayed there for so long to where I started making changes. Okay, let's see. Sister Felicia said, I haven't been around people with a sense of humor in a while. I love being humorous because it's needed. Yeah. Well, you know what, Sister Felicia, then maybe you got to bring the sense of humor to the space. You got to bring the jokes. If you haven't been around people with a sense of humor, then you bring the sense of humor. I'm sure you have a sense of humor that you can bring to the environment. Sister Aletha says, so true, peace and blessings upon his soul. Yes, may Allah bless Frank. So that's my talk for today, is to teach us to just raise our vibration, bring our environment with us. Look for people that just give you good vibration. People who give you that sense of, when you feel love in a vibratory way, it is such a secure feeling. Your whole subconscious mind, your whole body relaxes when you're just in that space of vibrational love. So bring that to the environment. Bring that to those around you. Let them know what it feels like to be around somebody that can be funny and that can be loving, that can help them find a safe space and some relief. Be that person. I like being that person. I like being a person that if you're around me, I like to be able to say, your life will never be the same. And I'll do something to deposit into you and to help adjust you for the better. That's just my goal, to help you along with whatever it is your goals are. Anybody who knows me, if you call me and say, look, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm trying to do, then I'm going to be about the business of trying to help you do that. I don't care if you want to buy a car, you're trying to get a house, you're trying to open your business, you're looking to improve your relationship, you're trying to get out of trouble, you're in a situation. I'm always there to try to see what I can do to push you and help you get to that next level. And so to me, that's what that vibration is all about. So when I receive vibrational revelation, right, from the universe, from Allah, then I share it with my family and friends. That's part of my reward for being who I am. And I encourage everyone to do the same. Sister Letha said, you and your family are hilarious. Yeah, we really could have been comedians. Like all of us are funny. I don't know which ancestor was funny, but we're all pretty funny. My uncles, all of us, we're hilarious. My nephews, the little ones, the big one, everybody's funny. So anyway, that's the idea. So for this holiday season, this gift giving season, in addition to giving people and giving yourself the commemorative Elijah coin, give people a change of energy. Give them a safe space. Give them a vibration that's going to help them make it a step further. Have you ever been going through something and you just give somebody a phone call and you talk to that person, and even if you don't talk to them about what you're going through, you feel like you can make it another day. You feel like you can do better. Be that to people. Smile at people. You in the store. I was in the store before this whole storm happened. Folks was moving fast and running into each other and acting like the storm was about to chase us down. And so I just was walking and smiling. And you'd be surprised at how many people just stopped and looked at me like, what's she smiling about? What's so funny to her? I just was smiling. And then somebody called me on the phone and I was just cracking up. I'm walking through the store shopping. I'm just smiling. Why? Because ain't no need of me being upset. I'm grateful that I can be here, grateful that I can get what I want, grateful that I live in an area where I see all these beautiful, colorful fruits and vegetables. I'm not about to get mad and change up my vibration and mess up my blessings because you rushing and tripping on the storm. That's how I look at it. All right. Okay, so family, make sure you go out. We're going to end early today. No comments. I just want to put that on your mind. Change the environment. Bring the environment with you. Look up the law of vibration. Study it. Understand, even when you are studying your teachings, whether you study the Bible and you go to the Kojic Church or the Church of God in Christ, what do those teachings do to you vibrationally? If you're a member of the Nation of Islam, like many of us here are, and you hear the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, why did he tell us to accept our own and be ourselves? And what does that do to us vibrationally? And how does it increase our productivity and our effectiveness and our success as individuals? All right, family, peace and blessings. I love you all. Wishing you a very happy holiday season. If you celebrate this holiday season, remember it's gift giving season. And I want you all to all go out and get your commemorative Elijah coins. I cannot tell you enough how grateful I am for those of you who have been purchasing and sharing the word. We're getting there. It's a slow grind. And so we need the pace and the acceleration on the push for the sale of the coins and the donations to increase. And we're putting that out there in the universe. And we're asking Allah to allow us to increase the frequency of the flow of money regarding the project so that we can get this thing done and show you the experience of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's going to be called the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Experience in a living museum, right? Anyway, so make sure you add us to your Roku channel, add the Mind of an Entrepreneur Show to your Roku channel, and make sure that you change somebody's life today with a smile, hold the door open, shovel them out of the snow, give them a little change, get them a coin, whatever you got to do. All right, family, peace and blessings. I love you all, and I thank you, and I look forward to Wednesday. I don't know what guests we have on Wednesday, but if not, y'all know I'll write some content for us. Anyway, peace and blessings. Happy Savior's Day.
You belong to yourself. You're an independent people, created from the nation of free people. Yes, sir. You don't need to go nowhere but to yourself. Yes, sir. There will be a great separation. Yes, sir. So I said, it is on now.
The college is meant to prepare you for your future. That the time dictates that if we don't do something for ourselves as a people, we will be destroyed. And the aim of the enemy right now is to take us out.
We have God with us. We have Him as our guide. Yes, sir. We don't have to stand around here and ask the question, what must be done? Yes, sir. Get up and let's go and do something. Yes, sir. We cannot sit down. We cannot lay down. Yes, sir. We must get up. Yes, sir. And go to work.
Do you know what real joy is in life? Visioning something and bringing it into reality. That's real joy. Do you know what the next step in joy is? Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity.
Tonight, you need to fasten your seatbelts. We're going to hear from some of the greatest minds in the world. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of trusting our future and the future of our children into the hands of those who don't love us. I believe we need to revitalize black leadership.